This is a donkey in the road. Well, that's fitting for this channel. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Actually, I never went anywhere. I haven't uploaded a video to this channel in 5 years. I went back and double-checked the video, and it was when I went to get my second COVID shot, which would have been in May of 2021. So it's been a while. No, nothing happened to me bad. So if anybody was wondering, but I just didn't ride. I haven't been riding motorcycles that much, and I got busy with other things. But here we are in 2026 at the stage of authoritarian takeover of killing protesters and arresting journalists. So I figured it's time to bring back some content on this channel to prove to people that think like me that they're not alone. And to, if you're a 50-something white male who lives in rural Texas and rides a motorcycle, you don't have to be MAGA. That's me. I'm not MAGA. I'm the opposite of that. So I'll be putting out some content there, and there's a lot to talk about. Basically, whenever I'm writing, I'll probably be talking about whatever the topic is of the day. There are far too many atrocities from the Trump administration to do a new vlog every time they come out. I would be busy 24/7. Is this a donkey in the road? Anyway, when I originally launched this channel, we were leading up to the 2018 midterm elections, and we had the same president then, and I just wanted to talk about whatever was going on and vent, get things off of my chest. And the channel never got much traction, so really this is for me. And if you're joining me to listen to my rants and to let me get some of this stuff out, great. Subscribe, share the video with your friends. But the current release schedule is going to be when I have my bike out and I'm riding, and I will have something to talk about that's been going on in either national or Texas politics that just really ticks me off. There's plenty of that right now. We've got what's going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is the extreme version of what ICE is doing in a lot of other cities across the country, which is terrible in and of itself. And it just disgusts me how the administration officials react to it, and how quickly the most faithful of their lemmings respond and just pile on. But there's hope, y'all. Just this past weekend, because I don't know for sure if I'm going to upload this tonight or tomorrow. This past weekend, we had a runoff election a little bit to my north in Tarrant County, Texas, in Fort Worth and some other, outlying cities. It was Senate District 9. The governor of the state of Texas, Trump Jr., Greg Abbott, he appointed that state senator to a statewide job, and so they needed to have a special election. And a few months ago, they had what they call here a jungle primary with 3 major candidates, 2 Republicans and 1 Democrat, and the Democrat got 48% of the vote. This is a district that hasn't elected a Democrat since 1991, which means that Democrat left office in 1995. So it's been a Republican district for 30 years. And the fact that the Democrat got 48% was like, woo! But you add up the 2 Republicans, they would have had 52 between them. And jungle primary means that they let everybody run in the same election. And if anybody gets more than 50% of the vote, then that's it. It's over. There's no general election. Well, that didn't happen. The Democrat, Taylor Rummett, was at 48. And so second place was a Republican named Lee Wamgans, I think is how you pronounce it. She's a Trump-endorsed candidate. And she was, I think, somewhere around like 30-something%. And so it was going to be the runoff election, was just this past weekend. And so Taylor Rummett is, union member, veteran. Lee Wamgans is an executive at Patriot Mobile, endorsed by Trump and Major MAGA. And the Democrat won. The Democrat won by a lot. Taylor Rummett won the election this past weekend. And just to give you some perspective, the local news stations put up on their social media about this. And of course, folks are commenting on, well, it's a blue area anyway. Of course, the Democrat was going to win. No, it's not a blue area. This Senate district hasn't elected a Democrat since 1991. It hasn't had a Democrat represented in over 30 years. And in 2024, Donald Trump carried that Senate district by 17 percentage points. And last night, the Democrat won by almost 15 percentage points. That's an almost 32 percentage point swing. That's great news, right? It's hopeful news, right? But so let's take it with a grain of salt. First off, Taylor Rummett got about the same amount of votes that he got in the jungle primary, and so did Lee Wamgans. It was the other Republican, who was a former mayor of Southlake, whose name I don't remember, and it was a kind of bitter campaign, and it's like his voters just stayed home. They didn't pick a side. I don't know if that's really what the exit polling is going to show, but that's what the numbers look like. So lower turnout is what it was, but it was about the same proportion between Rummett and Wamgans. And they're going to run again against each other. Lee Wamgans posted a note to her campaign Facebook page that said this should be a wake-up for every Republican on the ballot, and that we got to get our Republicans out to vote more, and I'll be running against Rummett again in November. Well, that's assuming that she wins the primary in March, but she's got to do that before she sees him again, runs up against him again. But here's the other part of why we got to take it with a grain of salt. Texas legislature doesn't work for 2 years, you'd expect. They get sworn in January after an election, and their legislative session lasts for 4 months, and then it's over. And they're done passing laws and legislation unless the governor of the state calls a special session to, since it's Greg Abbott, to screw the citizens of Texas a little bit more. And they don't have a special session going on right now. He's just going to be there to greet people. But he's now an incumbent, at least, so he gets to carry that going in. Now, let's not take it with a grain of salt and take it for the victory that it is. The Republican Wamgans outspent Rummett 10-1 and lost by almost 15 percentage points in the same district that Donald Trump carried by 17 back in November of 2024. Big swing. And if we can engineer those swings, we will be in good shape. But here's the thing. We on the blue side cannot get complacent and say, oh yeah, we got this. No, we got to be just as fired up. And as long as this disgusting administration keeps doing what it's doing, I believe that we're going to stay charged up and do everything that we can to switch majorities in Congress so we can have some accountability of the executive branch. So that'd be great. Anyway, I will be back. I don't know when. I'll be back, but I'll be back sooner than I was this time. It won't be 5 years. Might be a week, might be 2, might be a couple of days. I don't know. But subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you know when I got a new video out. I'm back, and I'll be talking to you later. And remember, guys, lean left when you come to a left turn at least. All right, bye.